Hello everyone, my name is Casey Norton and welcome to the presentation of the ACO Company's Office Holiday Party 2019. We are presenting to the ACO Company's management staff to receive approval of this event. The ACO Company is looking to organize a party for their staff. The company hopes to invite all 50 staff members and their significant others to attend the party. The senior vice president has looked at various places to have the party and decided that the Lamont restaurant that sits atop Mount Washington would be the perfect venue. In order to execute this party, she had to put a team together to organize the event. She established the ACO Associate Engagement Committee, or called the AEC. The AEC consists of 9 ACO associates with Courtney as the project manager. She has previous experience in this role as she has led charity projects in college. ACO would like to celebrate their efforts and hard work for the year with this celebratory holiday party. They hope associates can interact in a stress-free environment and just let loose for the night. They hope associates will want to do this type of party each year. Now we move on to the logistics of the event. The AEC is in charge of planning and executing a party in just 2 short months. They will start planning on October 1st, 2019, and will execute the event on December 13th, 2019. The team will also be given a budget of $5,000 maximum by the Senior Vice President. These funds will be allocated to pay for the cost of the venue, food and drinks, as well as marketing materials needed to advertise the event to ACO associates. The team will also need to request approval from the ACO Company Compliance Department. To do so, the team will need to submit paperwork to request to have the event at the Lamont. The team will then have to sign off that they acknowledge and understand the risks associated with serving alcoholic beverages at a work function. We also hope that attendance is high at this event. We hope that 60% of associates will come out the night of. The project will be split into 2 main parts, which include planning and execution. The AEC will handle the planning portion and choose the deliverables, which include food and drinks. As you can see in the slide, the AEC has decided upon entree options, side options, and dessert options that fit into our budget. The staff of the Lamont will handle execution. After the planning step has been completed, the project manager, which is Courtney, will relay the finalized decisions to the manager of the Lamont. The manager will start preparing for the event and schedule members of the restaurant staff to work the night of the party. Members of the staff include management, the chef, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. The restaurant staff will prepare the deliverables, which are the food and drinks, as well as set up the space for the event. They will need to set up a formal dining room with tables and chairs to accommodate all guests. We hope that the chef is able to provide a wonderful 3-course meal to each employee in attendance and their 1 guest. We also hope that bartenders are able to provide drinks to each party guest that would like a drink. The food produced by the chef should be tasty, should not contain common allergens such as peanuts, and the food should arrive at each table at the ideal temperature. Now we move on to the schedule. On October 1st, the AEC members will put their heads together and brainstorm on what type of holiday project they would like to have for the year. Once they decide on the Lamont restaurant as the event venue, they will request approval from the compliance department. The key assumption here is that the compliance department will approve the event, no question asked, in a short period of time. Once compliance is approved, the members of the AEC can reach out to the Lamont to lock down an event date and time. The AEC members will then send out an email asking associates to RSVP to the event. This will take place on October 30th. One major risk here is that associates may not attend because the event is so far away from the office and where they live. However, the team forges on and conducts research on food preferences in the form of an email poll. Once they receive the food polls back, they can complete the food and drink selection with the Lamont. However, before they can do so, the team will need to seek approval for food and drinks to ensure suitability for the target audience from the senior vice president. Once that is approved, the team can contact the restaurant manager to tell them their choices on food and drinks. At this point, Courtney, the project manager, will need to prepare written reports for each milestone and submit them electronically. Each month, the AEC committee will present an oral presentation of their progress to the senior vice president. After they present their progress for the final time on November 30th, they will then move on to executing the event on December 13th. We are moving on to the Project Quality Control Plan. This plan describes specific processes, procedures, systems, and tools the team will use throughout the project life cycle. The goal of this plan is to monitor the quality of the work in the early stages of the project, as well as monitor them continuously throughout. The project must follow project team standards as well as restaurant standards. Project team standards include completing the project by the party date, as well as completing the project within the $5,000 budget. The restaurant is also held to many standards, such as government standards. These specifications relate directly to the food that is being prepared for the 3-course meal. The food should follow the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, food code. This code regulates the retail and food service segment of the industry, such as restaurants, grocery stores, and institutions like nursing homes. The food served at the event should be coming out of a clean kitchen from a chef that understands the importance of cooking food at certain temperatures to kill bacteria. We will now move on to the project schedule, or Gantt chart. The project schedule includes each expected activity in the project from start to finish. It also includes the latest times that each activity must start and finish in order to complete the project by the required date of December 13th, 2019. As you take a look at the Gantt chart on this slide, you can see the red line. The red line here represents the critical path. The critical path is the longest path through the project that determines the earliest possible finish of the project. If you take a look at the Gantt chart here, you can see that the majority of the tasks in this project lie on the critical path. This means that we are on the fastest path to get this project done. It will take 47 days to complete this project if all team members work efficiently and complete their tasks in a timely manner. It also represents the baseline. This means that associates could complete their work sooner than the time allotted or take longer to finish their tasks. As of right now, we are unsure how long it'll take each associate to complete their tasks, but at least we have established a baseline to work off of. The estimate cost spreadsheet shows the total costs associated with the project. Per the chart, most of the budget will be used for the deposit to secure the date, as well as the food, drinks, and marketing materials. The spreadsheet also includes the cost to pay employees, which has been excluded from the $5,000 budget. Labor costs have been excluded from the overall budget, as these associates are salaried and perform other duties at ACO. AEC members have full-time positions as administrative assistants, financial analysts, or account managers. This is seen as a fun side project that they will be paid for regardless. The $5,000 is solely related to the office holiday party. I want to dive deeper into the financials of the project. Please take a look at the cash flow analysis. I wanted to show a cash flow analysis without the labor cost. The analysis shows the baseline cost of $5,000, which is the project budget. In the cash flow, labor costs have been excluded to demonstrate that the project is on track to stay within budget. As we can see, the project has not begun yet. We can see this because the actual cost amount is 0 right now. However, the total cost will ebb and flow as the project kicks off at the beginning of October. We can also see by looking at the task cost overview that the majority of the project costs lie in the research portion of the project. In this section, Naomi is going to pay the $3,500 for food and drinks. We can see that the goal is to not spend money in the last section of the project or the execution section. The risk register is a tool to document the risks associated with the project as well as the actions to manage each risk. We must consider all types of risks that may occur before we execute the office holiday party. The most important risk in this case relates to alcohol-related risks. If an individual has too much to drink, they may cause physical injury to themselves or another person. They may damage property or the restaurant, which may cause a slew of other liability issues. The liability of this occurring is not very high, however, the impact is extremely high. To combat this risk, bartenders will be asked to limit associates to 2 drinks per hour. We will also have Naomi on hand to use Uber in case someone needs a ride home. Overall, the majority of these risks are low, but they can have detrimental consequences. It is up to the AEC committee to protect their associates and create a risk-free, enjoyable night. In conclusion, the entire AEC staff will be needed in order to complete this project on time. The cost of the party will be pricey as it will cost $5,000 all in. This will include the cost of food, drinks, and materials needed to alert the associates of the party. The event is scheduled to take place on Friday, December 13th, 2019 at 7 p.m. At 8 p.m., the guests will be seated and will be served their 3-course meal. We hope to see a large turnout at this event as you can't beat the delicious food, views of the city, and your coworkers.